Hello, I'm Logan Pettingill. I'm an AI student, and last episode, or video, I should say, I talked about uh, like what you should wear, like equipment wise. So, like what you should wear for tournaments, what you should wear for, um, what you should wear for just regular training on the mat. So, first, I'm gonna talk about some of the stuff I went over last night. I was too tired to record last night, so yesterday I went and I taught the kids class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So we worked on some takedowns with them and stuff like that. Then I went to the gi class and I worked on my takedowns. My instructor showed us some cool takedowns we were working on with different grips and stuff like that. And then I rolled a little bit, got some good rolls in. I was trying to work on my takedowns, and I was trying to work my submissions on basically every limb. So leg locks, like chokes, arm locks. Doesn't really matter what it was. I was trying to work it and use it. So I had some good rolls. It was good. I am going to now talk about some of the different like styles that some people have, and some of the different submissions that you'll find in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So there's a couple different styles. There's a bunch of different ways a lot of people like to play it, especially with Jiu-Jitsu. So some people are looking, this is especially in tournaments, some people are always looking for a takedown. And some people are more a wrestling style takedown artist, and some people are more throw style. So me personally, I'm more of a takedown. I'm more of a double leg, single leg, basic stuff like that. So more of a wrestler type style of jiu-jitsu grappling. And then there's guys that like to do throws. We have a purple belt at my gym that's really good at throws. He doesn't really use his takedowns very much. He uses throws, and he waits on guys overcommitting with a shot. And he trips them and throws them. And I've been trying to work on my throws a little bit, but I'm more of a wrestling style. And that brings me to my next point. I also want to talk about some of the different various takedowns that you can do. So one of the takedowns is the basic double leg. And so basically what a double leg is it's basically picking your opponent up and throwing him. And I'll go over some of that in some instructional videos here in a little bit. But then there's one called a single leg, and this is performed where you only grab one leg. A double leg, you grab both legs, and you basically are trying to drive them over and end up in a good position. And single legs are a little more technical, and you're trying to mess with their balance by putting them on one foot and basically trying to put them on the ground that way. There's also foot sweeps, which is where you basically kick someone's foot out from under them while you're clinching. There's a judo throw, which is where you throw them over your hip. Those are cool. There are body locks, where you basically grab them, lock your hands under their armpits, and you throw them that way or trip them. And then trips, of course, everyone knows how to trip someone, basically. And that concludes takedowns. So another style you'll see is guard pulling. And so basically what guard is it's a position where someone's trapped in between someone's legs and they're wrapping their ankles. And a lot of guys like to use that in tournaments, and a lot of guys will grab you and they'll pull you down onto them, basically. I have some video of of some competition that I'll show a little bit of what a guard pull is. It's basically just falling to your back and pulling your opponent on top of you. That's really what a guard pull is. I personally don't like to do that very much. I'll only do it if I need to, and if I can't get the fight to the ground. But I personally don't like to do it. I've done it before, and it doesn't work very well, in my personal opinion. And then that's pretty much it for that. And then there's also guys that are now now let's get to the ground game. So there are some guys that are choke masters that really like to go for chokes, and there's some guys that like to go for arms, and there's some guys that like to go for legs. It just depends. Also, there are several different paces a lot of guys will go at. Some guys are really high paced and they're really pressuring. Some guys are really relaxed and slow paced and kind of wait for you to make a mistake. It just kind of depends, and you really don't find that out exactly what you are until you've been training for a little bit. So, and then there's guys that'll just wing it basically, and that's primarily your white belts and your blue belts. That'll go for or don't really have their style, and then stuff like that. So it's a very interesting game, Jiu-Jitsu is. So in tournaments, you'll run into so many different types of styles and people. And that's the thing I like about it. You can kind of customize your own style. So if you want to be really aggressive, but also pull guard, you can do that. You can be good at sweeps and sweep your opponent, pull guard and sweep your opponent over you. Basically turn their position against them. And then some guys are very methodical and wait for their moment. And some guys are point fighters. Like, they'll get a position and they'll sit there and hold it. And then they'll just ride out the rest of the round. And then there's some guys that'll look for the finish nonstop. That's me. I like to go for the finish. Because I've done all the styles. I've done a lot of those different styles. I've worked a couple different types of ways of doing it, and for me, it personally works best to be a little more aggressive and go for the finish. But that's it. I'll do another one soon.